Remember what it was like when we all used to go to restaurants? Even better, remember when they would bring out a bread basket and sometimes there was focaccia in there? And if your family's like mine, you would just have to fight to get a piece? Congratulations, my friends, your fighting days are over. This week we're making focaccia, an Italian bread that's rich with olive oil and guaranteed to have you wanting more. Let's get started. Honestly, there's nothing better than carbs to the face, but this week's focaccia recipe takes the cake. I mean, bread. Whatever. You guys know what I'm saying. If you want to learn how to bake delicious breads like the focaccia we'll make in this video, don't forget to smash the subscribe button below and follow along each week. Okay, so let's get started. Focaccia is one of my favorites of the 5 families. Carb families, that is. It's a simple bread that uses fresh ingredients, some extra love, and a ton of olive oil. To start, we're going to take 1 1/4 cups or 300 milliliters of room temperature water and add in 2 teaspoons or 10 grams of granulated sugar and half a teaspoon or 3 grams of active dry yeast. Mix them together so everyone can get to know each other and let the mixture rest for about 8 to 10 minutes until the yeast blooms and looks all foamy, just like this. While the yeast is blooming, to a mixing bowl add 4 cups or 500 grams of 00 flour, drop in 2 teaspoons or 10 grams of kosher salt, and mix together with a whisk. After that's done, add in the wet ingredients first, add our dry on top, and then add 50 milliliters of extra virgin olive oil, and turn on the mixer to low speed and let it knead the dough for about 8 to 10 minutes. Once the time is up, the dough should look nice and elastic, just like this. In a well-oiled bowl, place the dough ball in, drizzle some more olive oil on top, and wrap it in plastic wrap. We'll then place it in a warm environment to rise for about 2 hours. After the dough is risen and it looks all grown up, into a baking pan drizzle a good amount of olive oil, around 2 tablespoons, and make sure that the pan is oiled. Once oiled, dump the dough out and begin to gently stretch it using your fingertips and the palms of your hand until it reaches the edges of the pan. Okay, so the dough's in the pan and I'm sure you're asking, but Evan, aren't we ready to bake this thing yet? Not so fast, my friends. We're running on Italian time. Don't rush it. We have to let this rest overnight in the refrigerator and then wait some more the next day to ensure we get the right taste and rise. To do this, wrap the pan in plastic wrap and let it rest overnight. The next day, after it's been in the fridge, take out the dough 3 hours before you're ready to bake it and let it sit at room temperature. Once we're ready to bake, we're going to take out some fresh rosemary and get all of the leaves off the stem, which we're going to use later and add on top of our focaccia. To prepare the focaccia for baking, using your fingertips, press into the dough and make craters. The dough is going to feel light and airy, and honestly, it's so satisfying. After you've made your craters, add some more olive oil on top and do the same thing again for good measure. Once done, place your rosemary on top and some flaky sea salt to taste. Now it's time to bake our focaccia. Place the pan into a preheated oven set to 550 degrees Fahrenheit or 285 degrees Celsius for around 15 to 20 minutes, being sure to check every once in a while if it's done. Once the focaccia is golden brown, take it out of the oven and allow it to cool for 10 minutes. After the bread is cooled down, take it out of the pan and place it onto a wire rack to cool some more. Side note, check the bottom of the bread to make sure it's nice and crispy. That's the best taste right there. The olive oil that was at the bottom of the pan has now basically fried the dough and given it some out-of-this-world flavor. Next and final step, grab your knife and slice it right down the middle and realize that the bread is fluffy, airy, crispy, and spongy all at the same time, and then marvel in the fact that you are not only a baker, but you're a magician as well. So I guess there's just one question left for all of you. You want some focaccia? If you like what you saw in this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below. Also, if you want the full recipe in a written format, go to my website, evankaras.com, for the whole thing. See you guys next week.